This video is a review of basic rounding expected for the medication calculation exam. This is a screenshot of page 1 for the medication calculation exam. I recommend that you become familiar with these rules so you don't waste time on test day. This is always available in my Nursing Student Success Canvas shell in the math module. So basic rounding rules apply. You're going to round down if numbers ending in 1 to 4, and you will round up with numbers ending 5 to 9. And let's see what that looks like. So as always, you want to take a look at the end of the question first, just to say, what is this question asking me? In this case, we want to round to the nearest tenth, which is very typical for our calculations. The tenth value is immediately after the decimal, and in order to round that, I want to look at the value following. So in this case, I would round to 5.6. And again, rounding to the nearest tenth, I would look at this value here. It's a 9, so I'm going to go up. So this would be 6.4. And I'm going to look at this 4 here, so that would be 3.8. Again, rounding to the nearest tenth value, I'm going to want to round this number immediately after the decimal, looking at the number following. So this would be 745.7. I'm going to look at this 8, so 274.5. And I'm going to look at this 6, so that would be 35.5. Okay, again, rounding to the nearest tenth value, I'm going to look at the hundredth, 3243.5, 74.8. I'm going to look at this 9, so 6310.5. Now in this case, I want to take a look at the nearest hundredth value, and that's going to be this number here I want to round to, so I'm going to look at one past that. So I'm going to go 3.24, because that's a 3 and I'm not going to go up. In this case, I'm looking at this value here, so 7.48. And this number here, which is 6.31. And now I am being asked to round to the nearest hundredth value, and that's this number here, so I'm going to look at this 0 in this case. So that would give me 78.48. I'm going to look at this, another 0, 720.56. And I'm going to look at this 3, and that's 37.90. However, we don't want to end on what we call a trailing 0, because this can be mistaken for 90. So that would not be the correct answer. The correct answer in this case would be 37.9. So no trailing 0. So anytime you have this situation, you want to make sure you just don't put the number there. So even though it says round to the nearest hundredth, this is rounded to the nearest hundredth. So don't be confused by that situation there. Okay, and so this is how we usually apply this, is calculating weights, for example. So we're going to convert the pounds to kilos and round to the nearest tenth. So if I'm 104 pounds, I'm going to divide that, 104 divided by 2.2, and I got 228.8, which I know is probably incorrect, so I had a misfire. So 104 divided by 2.2 equals 47.2727. Okay, and I want to round this number to my nearest tenth. I want to round it to this value here. So this is a 7. I'm going to go up. So my answer here would be 47.3 kilograms. We want to make sure we label those answers as well. So 175 divided by 2.2, whoops, 175 divided by 2.2 equals 79.5454. So to round to the nearest tenth, I want to look at this 4, and I'm not going to round up, so the answer is going to be 79.5 kilograms. Okay, I've got one more. I've got 245 divided by 2.2. 245 divided by 2.2 equals 111.3636. I want to round to the nearest tenth. I'm going to look at that 6. I'm going to go up, so it's going to be 1.4 kilograms. Okay. And again, converting pounds to kilos and rounding to the nearest tenth. I have 56 divided by 2.2. Divided by 2.2 equals 25.4545. I want to round to the nearest tenth. I'm going to look at that 5, so I'm going to go up. That's going to be 25.5 kilograms. Okay. 140 pounds divided by 2.2, 140 divided by 2.2 equals 63.6363. And again, I want to look at this number. I'm going to stay down, so 63.6 kilograms. And one more. We have 285 pounds divided by 2.2. 285 divided by 2.2 equals 129.5454. Looking at this 4, I'm going to write 129.5 kilograms. Okay, if you have questions about this, please see me, but also know that there's a lot of support on this topic in your Calculate with Confidence textbook or videos online you might find more help for basic rounding. Thank you for your time. I hope this video was helpful for you. Bye-bye.